Hey, this is Jeff with TechZulu, and we're with Brian Noyes today, and we're reporting for Bytes by MSDN. How you doing today?
Doing great.
So we got a couple fun questions for you. First question is, what is the coolest technology you've come across lately?
Of course, Silverlight's pretty high on my list of the latest, greatest stuff that I'm spending time focusing on.
Nice. So are you looking at the out-of-the-box stuff, or are they in the browser?
The out-of-the-box stuff is really attractive to me because I focus a lot on smart client technologies for the last few years, 5 years or so. And so being able to have the browser delivery model of Silverlight, but have more of a stateful smart client interaction from a user's perspective is really attractive.
So what would be 3 to 5 technologies that you would steer people at this summer?
Definitely Silverlight. WPF still is the adoption rate is low for what it should be. Too many people just kind of hanging in there on Windows Forms when they should be getting up to speed on WPF. So I think people really need to start looking at that if they aren't already. Entity Framework definitely is really kind of the up-and-coming data access technology people should be focusing on within the Microsoft stack. And dependency injection is more of a technology basis, but it's something that's gaining ground and has a lot of value. It's something that kind of blows people's minds at first in terms of seems really complex, but it actually makes things more simple in the end.
And more robust, right? So you can change your model at any time.
Exactly.
It's a really great technology.
Yep.
Whom do you look for updates on new technology?
Well, I kind of look to a particular feed. I'm a Microsoft regional director, and the other regional directors are some of the smartest people on the planet. I won't necessarily put myself in that category, but certainly a lot of them are. So we've got a site called theregion.com that's basically an aggregated feed of all the RD's blogs. Yeah, so that is something I constantly keep an eye on. I actually have it set as my RSS feed on my start page of Visual Studio, so that's the thing I see every time I fire up Visual Studio, and just kind of glance down the topics and keep up to date on what they're all paying attention to.
What's on your summer must-see, read, listen to list?
I'm a regular listener to .NET Rocks, and anyone who's in like an architect or lead developer role, I feel like should be listening to .NET Rocks, and Hansel Minutes is a second one there. 2 podcasts that are really great for as a lead developer or technical lead type person. They're great for sort of big picture, knowing what's out there, what it's good for. You're not going to know how to use it from listening to those, but when a new problem comes up at work, being able to say, I heard about this technology from this podcast, and maybe we should look into it.
How do you prefer to get your technology? Do you look for books, blogs, video, podcasts? You already said, right? So anything else?
I think that's evolved a lot over time. I used to get books and read them cover to cover, more when I was, kind of getting up to speed in this industry. But nowadays, I don't really have the patience to do that. I'll use books more as reference. And I've definitely become a sort of a e-format only kind of guy. I don't touch paper very much and prefer not to. So if I can't get it in ebook form, I won't look at it. And usually I'll just skim chapters and stuff for things that I'm working on. But I mostly learn technologies now by just doing it, finding a problem I want to work on and putting together a sample, solution, and kind of searching for information on the web and finding blog posts and stuff. And
you're famous for selecting the right technology for the right client. So what are the first things that you look at?
Well, the first thing is not to have a preconceived notion based on what you've done before. I see that all the time with customers where they've always been doing web apps, so they want to shoehorn everything into a web app. I had one customer that went in and they started describing their requirements, and they were like, we need this to be a web app. And I started probing deeper, and is like, well, how many users are there? Where are the users? Oh, well, there's 5 users, and they all sit right there, and there, in a row at operator workstations. Right. And they wanted it to be a web app, and it was just like, why? Oh, well, we've always done web apps, and our management thinks that deployment is hard with smart clients. And it's like, you can stare at those 5 computers right there. How hard is the deployment actually going to be? If you need the more broad reach stuff now, Silverlight gives us that and has the web deployment model. But you really still I still treat Silverlight as a smart client technology, even though it's browser based, because it's a stateful interaction with the user in the browser. The browser is just acting as a shell application, really.
Awesome. All right. Well, this is Jeff Emery with TechZulu reporting for Bytes by MSDN. Thank you so much.